I sympathize with all you guys with mustaches. It's really hard to keep food and stuff off your mustache. Anyway, for those of you that's come over from my brother's channel, I'm fine. I'm doing awesome. It was a mere flesh wound, and he feels terribly about it. So don't harass him, because he feels like he put me in a position where I got hurt, and it was not his fault. It was only my own fault. So there's that. For those of you who haven't seen the back end story, I was chopping wood with my brother. We were doing an axe test, and if you want to see that video, click over here. So we have another finished contender, the hateful Fiskars. Not a splitting maul. And it will take you over to the axe challenge. And the reason he invited me over is I am not a professional lumberjack like he is, and I have very limited upper body strength. I can whisk egg whites for hours on end, but swinging a big heavy maul or something over my head is not something I'm used to. So he wanted to get my opinion on what it would be like to split a bunch of wood with somebody of my stamina and strength. Anyway, the axe experiment kind of went awry. And I got the butt end of the axe in my mouth, and I broke a tooth and cut my lip. And do you want to see it? I'll show you at the end, because it's really gross. It's really gross. You know, yesterday was amazing. I learned a ton getting hit in the mouth. And what I learned is, well, we live in a small town, for starters. So we live in a town that does not promote or celebrate plastic surgery. So apparently the kind of cut that I got, it went from up here in the pink part of my skin down into my lip and then all the way through, but not on the bottom. So you want to make sure when you cross that vermilion border, the part where your pink lip turns to flesh skin, that little tiny ridge has to be lined up perfectly. If it does not get lined up perfectly, you'll see it forever. So between my brother's house and my house, I had called 3 of our doctor friends, and 2 of my doctor friends are surgeons and very well versed in this sort of thing. And they said, you don't go to the ER. You could go to the ER, there's good doctors there, but you really want somebody to do this right, and somebody that deals with this kind of thing all the time. So I was referred to an otolaryngologist, an ENT, an ear, nose, and throat surgeon. Many of them are plastic certified because they have to do reconstructive facial surgery. So that was the best option for us, and we have neighbors that are doctors. So I called a couple of our neighbors. I had some of my girlfriends, and I had this ridiculous arsenal of people giving me advice, suggesting the right surgeon for the job. The doctor that they recommended in my area is Dr. Stephen Olson, and I couldn't get in. So one of them made a call and called me back and said, get into his office in 45 minutes. So this is the kind of thing that just astounds me. It's building your tribe, and the older I get, the more I realize that you are responsible for the people that come into your world. You're responsible for nurturing those people and for keeping them. And the people that are in our lives, that are part of our community, both locally and abroad, are truly exceptional. And I'm so filled up, and I'm so grateful for their kindness, for their generosity, for their skill, for their thoughtfulness. The number of texts and comments and messages that I've gotten, it just reminds me of why I'm here and what we've built and what is important and what this is all for. And if learning to see that and feel that takes like a little cut on my lip, you know, I'm better for having the experience. So thanks for listening. I do have some videos in the works, but I don't think anybody wants to watch somebody cooking with like this mangled up lip. It's kind of gross. So I had filmed a couple videos earlier this week and had my camera fixed, and for some reason the camera did not write to the memory card, so I lost a couple days worth of footage. So I apologize for that. My all butter crust and the pumpkin pie are gonna have to be redone, but I will get those to you. So I might do some creative shooting in the next week, just so you don't have to look at my big puffy crazy lip. I feel fine. I am not in pain of any kind, but I'm very grateful for the people that have helped so much. For my brother for driving me home, and my husband for getting on the phone and calling all of our friends and our neighbors and getting really sound advice. For my girlfriend Mendy and Christine and their help and guiding me. Dick and Ivan, our neighbors that are both ER docs and wonderful human beings. And Dr. Stephen Olson for stitching this up on short notice. And my dentist, Dr. Pat Freeman. They're medical professionals. They're friends. They're part of our community. And I'm really grateful. It's rare that we, in our own hometown, that we are in need. We know the scripts of our environment, our surroundings. We know what's expected of us. We know our role. So to be vulnerable and to have people just come for you and come to you and help you and take care of you is really, really beautiful. So, okay, you want to see this thing? For those of you that do not want to see this, turn the camera off now. I've got quite the duck lip going. This is what I would look like if I overdid Botox. I hope that you got something out of this and you don't need a hit in the mouth before you realize how beautiful people are. And when you nurture those relationships, sometimes you're the one that needs to be nurtured, and it feels really nice to be on the receiving end of such generosity. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of my online tribe. Some of my people. You know who you are, and I'm grateful for you. And I'm grateful that YouTube has allowed us to meet and to connect, because these relationships are very important to me, both the people that are here in my physical orbit and those of you in my virtual orbit. I can't really smile very well, and don't write funny things in the comments because laughing really does hurt. But no, go ahead and write them, because I do love your wittiness. Anyway, thank you for being here and for not getting too grossed out by my big bang. See you next time.
Bump the handle down.
Down, okay.
So, we're on the way to the emergency room. The hateful Fiskars.
That is a hateful little Fiskars. I was really stoked on it until it smashed me in the face.
So, front tooth missing, lip cut really bad. Have you looked at it yet?
I can't, I'll pass out. I don't have the stomach.
Can I see it?
sticky.
Yeah.